Hello friends, I'm Anik and welcome back to one more awesome video. Now, according to a recent study by scientists have told that life may be possible on Mars. And Elon Musk, who is the owner of Spacex, which is an private space exploration company, has told in the recent interview that in 4 to 5 years, humans will be on Mars. I would like to show you a little clipping of that interview.
I think we'll get to, when will we get the first people to Mars? I think we have a decent shot of doing that in about, I'd say call it 5 years, something like that.
Meaning till 2025 or 2026, humans will be on Mars. So in today's video, we are going to see that how life on Mars is possible, what are the problems, like oxygen. Now you might be thinking that if oxygen is not present in Mars, then human life is not at all possible, right? But I will give you a solution to it. And the second one is of water. It is also main thing for human living. And the third one is of gravity. Now you might think that if Mars has no gravity, then how will the humans live? Because everything will fly in the air, right? But in fourth, it is of magnetic field, which saves us from the harmful rays of sun. So without wasting any time, let's get started. Now, when the exploration of Mars was just started, at that time only the scientists have found many things about its history. Like, actually Mars already had its own oceans, and the scientists even found that Mars even had its own magnetic fields. And when the scientists got this news, they just started their engine and start reading the red planet. But the scientists were also in a mission to read the red planet closely. So to make this a reality, NASA in 1997 it sent a rover to Mars. But it was unknown to what it should find which would help the human world. Do you want to know what it is? It is the most important element in our body, and our body is also made up of 60% of it. Yes, you guessed it right. I'm saying about water. So in 31st July 2008, the Phoenix Mars lander found water on Mars in the frozen ice form. And when the scientists got this news, their happiness didn't have any limit. Now, and after a little time only, the scientists also got a news that Mars has its own atmosphere. And after this news, the scientists were damn sure that one day humans will be on Mars. But all the information what these rovers got was used by Sir Elon Musk. He thought that if scientists have confirmed that life on Mars is possible, then why not cash it? He told its own scientist team to send the first humans to Mars and colonize the Mars. But it's the plan of going to Mars, not a nearby park. So it will go billions, it will cost billions. And now you might be thinking that now I'll tell that it was the start of the Mars exploration. But nah. Actually, when the scientists got the news of water and atmosphere on Mars, the space exploration on Mars was taken to the next level. But now there have been many difficulties. Actually, four main things are not present in the Mars. Even if the atmosphere, even if there is an atmosphere in Mars, it doesn't contain oxygen and nitrogen, the main things. The first one is oxygen, second one is water. Now you might ask that we already have water on Mars, right, in the ice form, so it is not a point, right? No, it is a problem that we are going to discuss in section B. So the third one is of gravity, and fourth one is of the magnetic field. Four main problems. Now let's move on to section B, in which we are going to see the solution. Now, so these are all the problems. So let's first talk about our first problem, that is of atmosphere. So as we all know that Mars atmosphere layer is very thick and it is mainly made up of carbon dioxide. So yes, there is no oxygen and nitrogen in it. But in this solution also, scientists have found an answer. They will use the meteorites and the comets in the space. But you might ask that how? Actually, what will happen that if 10,000 comets go and crash into the Mars, its atmosphere layer will become dense and thick as well, which is very appropriate for human living. And you might know that comets and meteorites are mainly made up of ice and nitrogen and water vapor. So yeah, you got it right. It would be very helpful. But it's a very hard task because almost 10,000 meteorites and comets would take to make Mars life on Mars possible. For that also we have to change the route of the meteorite. In that also a lot of money, and it's a very hard task. Now you might ask that the first solution to this the first problem is quite very lengthy and very much hard as well. But there is one more reason why we should follow that process, because it will almost complete all the problem in our second problem, that is of water. Actually what happened, as I already told you, the atmosphere layer of Mars is very thick, so the water, the frozen ice will directly convert into steam, not water. And this is why, if in this process only atmosphere is fully made, so the light of the sun will be captured in Mars and the frozen ice will become water. But the problem is still not over, because another problem has arrived. Actually, if in this process only directly it is made, then the whole Mars will become a blue planet but with no land. So this is why before doing this process, we have to make a whole path on Mars for the water to flow, and for that only robots should be sent to the Mars. But now still there is one more thing left, which is very important for human living, that is oxygen. Though comets and meteorites have nitrogen and water vapor, it doesn't have oxygen. So from where will you get oxygen? Huh? Looks a hard task, right? But it's very easy. Actually, when our Mother Earth was in the formation of a blue planet. At that time also there was not at all oxygen in the earth. But this work was done by a small creature called the cyanobacteria or the green algae. These things are only present in plants in the chlorophyll. It only helps in the process of carbon dioxide to oxygen. Got it? I think you understood the whole process. That is going and leaving this bacteria in the water of the Mars. That's it. Not rocket science, not too much expensive also, and easy. But still one more challenge is still there. Gravity and magnetic force. Now almost everything is solved, but still one problem is left of magnetic field. For this answer only it's very simple. We have to just make chains of magnetic field. Now you might be thinking that how will we get an artificial magnetic field around Mars? So it's actually very simple. The process is simple. That first we have to bring water on Mars. Then due to the rotation, and we'll place a nuclear bomb, a huge nuclear bomb near to the core of Mars. And due to the explosion, it will create dynamo and it will make a magnetic field just like Earth's. Now, the process seems very simple but is even more hard. So now let's see that can Elon Musk sir can do all these things so quickly, or does he has a totally other plan which is much better than this? Only time will tell. So yeah, with these lines only I would like to enter this video. So if you like to hear some missing topic, then go like and subscribe our channel. And for proper updates, press the bell icon as well and give your valuable comments in the comment section. So it's all for today. Till then, goodbye.